Stripes has always been different. But different, as Blaze would say, was just another word for wrong. Now, Blaze was everything Stripes wasn't. Sharp, confident, liked by everyone, or so he claimed. He was the king of status, the beacon of perfection. Naturally, he had no patience with someone like Stripes. "You know," Blaze said, his voice smooth as silk, but with just the right amount of poison, "you'll never amount to much like this. Look at you. Playing? Imagining? Where does that get you? Nowhere. It's time you woke up." Ah, yes. Playfulness, imagination, such terrible crimes. But this wasn't new to Stripes. No. The other tigers treated him with the same disdain. And so, that night, Stripes decided it was time. Time to leave. Time to find something more. Something that might make him worthy. As Stripes made his way through the forest, he encountered Cara, the wolf. Perhaps she could help, he thought hesitantly. Happiness. Meaning. It is all about control and power, Stripes. Never let them see your weaknesses, Cara said. Let me tell you something, Stripes. Once, a fox thought it could negotiate its way out of trouble. Tried to play clever with the details. But it's not cleverness that wins. It's knowing when to close the deal. One decision. One calculated move. And the territory was mine. That's how you survive. That's how you thrive. Kira's philosophy was simple. Strength through dominance. There was no time for sensitivity or sympathy. Stick with me, and I'll teach you the ways, Cara promised. This is what I need, Stripes thought reluctantly. And so, he spent a few days with Cara before moving on, yet her teachings remained with him. Next came Pedro the peacock, the embodiment of beauty, status, and, well, let's just say subtlety wasn't his strong suit. Why be content with just enough when you can be adored? Appearances? Abundance? My darling, that is everything, Pedro shrieked. Once, I lost a feather. Just one. And oh, the panic it caused. The gasps, the attention. Everyone rushed to admire me, wondering how I could remain so perfect despite such a loss. That, Stripes, is power. Keep them dazzled. Keep them wanting more. Pedro's outlook was exciting. Life is a stage, and appearances are the spotlight. There's no room for humility, only admiration. Stay close, and I'll show you how to shine, Pedro boasted. If I can be dominant like Cara and confident like Pedro, perhaps this is the answer I've been searching for, Stripes pondered. And so, Stripes spent a few days with Pedro before moving on, and Pedro's learnings lingered in his mind. Then there was Duke, the personification of strength, of health, of pushing through the pain. Success isn't given, Stripes. It's earned. Through sweat, through focus, through gains, Duke panted. Once, I ran for 12 hours straight. No food, no rest. Just me and the burn. By the end, I was shaking, barely seeing straight. But I pushed through. That's when you know you're alive. When all that's left is the grind. Duke's belief was unwavering. Success through discipline. No room for excuses or rest. Stick with me, and I'll show you what it means to win, Duke insisted. Imagine if I am dominant, confident, and strong. I could take over the world, Stripes thought excitedly. And so, Stripes spent a few days with Duke before moving on. But Duke's training echoed in his every step. Stripes wandered through the vast, empty desert, completely alone, lost. But what was that? A familiar face in the distance? A giant statue of himself. Crowds are chanting, "Stripes! Stripes! Stripes!" louder and louder as Stripes approaches the statue. The statue wasn't a statue at all. It was him. Another Stripes. More Stripes, more tigers. He was everywhere, drowning in himself. He couldn't breathe, couldn't move, couldn't be seen. Invisible. They were all him, everywhere and yet nowhere. He couldn't escape. He couldn't shout or even whisper. A desperate longing filled him to be playful, carefree, and light again. He wanted to go back to that. He needed to go back to when he was... Stripes? Stripes? Stripes, called an unfamiliar voice. Stripes awakened, confused, only to see a monkey. Do you realize now, Stripes? Life isn't about being seen. It's about seeing. And with that, the monkey struck his stick upon the ground, and in an instant, he vanishes. Upon returning to camp, Stripes understood. Blaze wasn't perfect. He wasn't even right. He was just as lost. "What are you doing back?" Blaze asked, his voice trembling, though he tried to hide it. "I've come to watch the stars with you." "Why?" Blaze asked. Stripes said nothing. There was nothing to say. He had finally found what he needed. And maybe, just maybe, Blaze could too.